Good morning, students. We begin with the first chapter today from the supplementary reader, chapter number 6, Weathering the Storm in Arsama. That's the name of a place, and this particular chapter highlights the struggle of a person who had been caught in a storm, and how did he survive, and how does the positivity set in after all the struggle. Now let's read page number 37 and then see what happens sequentially. The cyclone that hit Orissa in October 1999 killed thousands of people and devastated hundreds of villages. For 2 dreadful nights, Prashant, a young man, was marooned on the roof of a house. On the 3rd day, he decided to go to his village. Did he find his family? Is the question which has been asked. Here the word marooned means when you get trapped in an inaccessible place, that particular action would be called as marooned. On 27th October 1999, 7 years after his mother's death, Prashant had gone to the block headquarters of Arsama, a small village town in the coastal Orissa, some 18 kilometers from his village, to spend the day with a friend. Now, after so many years of his mother's death, he went over there, which was not that far from his workplace, so he had gone to spend a day with a friend. In the evening, a dark and menacing storm quickly gathered. Menacing over here means threatening, posing a threat to the people who are living over there. Winds beat against the houses with a speed and fury that Prashant had never witnessed before. Fury is the violent anger. If the storms, the winds in the storm, they are gushing at a very high speed, you feel that the Mother Nature is angry with you. Heavy and incessant rain filled the darkness. Ancient trees were uprooted and crashed to the earth. Incessant means continuously it was raining, thundering, and the wind was blowing very hard. So that led to the age-old trees also got uprooted and they crashed down, came crashing down to the earth. Screams rent the air as people and houses were swiftly washed away. Over here, rent the air phrase means to disturb the silence, the perfect silence of nature. When you are in normal circumstances, you will not even hear the wind blowing. Only a small, very mild gust of wind you could feel. But you can feel, but when this kind of circumstances, the silence of the nature breaks. The angry waters swirled into his friend's house neck deep. Now, swirling means moving in a very spiral way. So when a lot of water gushes in at a stance at one moment, then you see the whirlpools forming. So the water had come in the house and it had come neck deep. The building was of brick and mortar and was strong enough to survive the devastation of the wind's velocity of 350 km per hour. That was the speed. Velocity is nothing but the speed of the wind. But the cold terror of the family grew with the crashing of trees that had got uprooted and fallen on their houses, sometime in the middle of the night, damaging its roof and walls. So they were contented, they were happy that at least the house was a pakka house and it would withstand that kind of a wind, gush of wind. But with the trees were actually adding fuel to the fire, the trees, uprooted trees were falling on the house over there, causing damage to the roof and the walls. The crazy destruction wrought by the cyclone and the surge of the ocean continued for next 36 hours, although wind speeds had reduced somewhat by the next morning. Now, wrought over here means totally beaten out of shape. So, the normal circumstances, everything would look very neat and clean, and the surroundings would look I would say, built in a very appropriate way. But after the devastation, you feel as if when you see the site, you don't even relate with the prior site. You feel there was nothing over there earlier. And the surge here means a sudden forward movement of the storm. So 36 hours it lasted for, but the wind, the gush of the wind did reduce the speed. Let's see what happened next. To escape the waters rising in the house, Prashant and his friend's family had taken refuge on the roof. So this is normally what happens when there's a flood. People get onto the roof or they get onto the terrace and then take refuge, means they take shelter over there. Prashant will never forget the shock he experienced at his first glimpse of the devastation wrought by the super cyclone in the grey light of the early morning. When it was night, they couldn't see anything, but with the early rays of the sun in the morning, they could see what devastation that particular cyclone had caused. A raging, deadly, brown sheet of water covered everything as far as the eye could see. Only fractured cement houses still stood in a few paces. Now, why was the brown color of the water brown? Because it was bringing in mud along with it. So everywhere the color brown was prominent over there, and they could see even the cemented houses broken here and there. Bloated animal carcasses and human corpses floated in every direction. When an animal dies, in fact any living creature dies, and if it's left in water, the body bloats. So carcass is the body of an animal, and corpse would be the body of a human being. So if this could be seen everywhere. All round, even huge old trees had fallen. 2 coconut trees had fallen on the roof of their house. This was a blessing in disguise, because the tender coconuts from the trees kept the trapped family from starving in the several days that followed. So several coconut trees had fallen on the roof where this person's friend's house was, and actually it was a blessing in disguise, means even if the trees had fallen on the roof, at least they were content and they were happy that they could eat something, because in that circumstances something to get to eat was impossible. For the next 2 days, Prashant sat huddled with his friend's family in the open on the rooftop. They froze in the cold and incessant rain. The rainwater washed away Prashant's tears. So obviously if you're crying and there's rainwater on your face, even the tears will get washed away. The only thought that flashed through his mind was whether his family had survived the fury of the super cyclone. All that kept on ringing in his mind was about his family, the concern of his family. Was he to be bereaved once again? So bereaved means he had already lost his mom a few years ago, and then he was now very scared that would he be deprived of the warmth of the family again? Would he be facing a loss of the family again? 2 days later, which seemed to Prashant like 2 years, the rain ceased. Cease means stop, and the rainwater slowly began to recede. Recede means move back. Prashant was determined to seek out his family without further delay. But the situation was still dangerous, and his friend's family pleaded with Prashant to stay back a little while longer. But Prashant knew he had to go. Though there was a dangerous situation out there, but he was so desperate to know about his family members that he wanted to go and look out for them. So even though the friend's family insisted that he should be there with them, but still he wanted to go away because he wanted to know the whereabouts of his family. He equipped himself with a long sturdy stick, that's a strong stick, and then started on his 18-kilometer expedition back to the village through the swollen flood waters. It was a journey he would never forget. He constantly had to use his stick to locate the road, to determine where the water was most shallow. So what he was doing is he was hitting the stick in the water, and he would see whether the road was there and whether the water was not too deep enough for him to put his foot in. So that's how he was proceeding further. At places it was waist deep and progress was slow. At several points he had lost the road and he had to swim. After some distance he was relieved to find 2 friends of his uncle who were also returning to the village. They decided to move ahead together. So when you move alone, you are scared of many things, but when you have a group, at least you have somebody to protect your back over there. As they waded through the waters, the scenes they witnessed grew more and more macabre. Waded over here means they walked through the liquidy kind of, like if you walk through a liquid form of this thing, then it's called wading. And over here, macabre it is, and there's 2 pronunciations of this word. One is American, one is English, one is British. In British it is macabre. Almost the R is silent, and when it comes to American, they pronounce the RE also with that. Here means the disturbing sights caused by the death. This is the meaning of that particular word. They had to push away many human bodies, men, women, children, carcasses of dogs, goats, cattle, that the current swept against them as they moved ahead. Imagine you walking in water and then the dead bodies coming towards you, and then you need to move them to move ahead to see whether your family is okay or not. In every village that they passed, they could barely see a house standing. Prashant now wept out loud and long. Now, the very sight of those dead bodies made him doubtful whether his family had made through the storm or not, and all that negative thoughts kept on adding in his brain. Where they once stood, he was sure that his family could not have survived that catastrophe. Catastrophe over here means an event causing suffering. He somehow, with all that negativity all around, he was sure that his family couldn't have made through the storm. Eventually, Prashant reached his village Kalikuda. His heart went cold when their home once stood. There were only remnants of its roof. Remnants is remains. So the house had got washed away. Now he had gone cold because whatever he was thinking of had come to reality. Some of the belongings were caught, mangled, twisted in the branches of the tree, just visible above the dark waters. Young Prashant decided to go to the Red Cross shelter to look for his family. Here, mangled means destroyed everything, severely damaged. So when the water actually comes inside the home, so all the belongings of the house float and they come out of the door, and then they get tangled over here and there in the branches of the tree. That was the sight he saw. So he decided to go to the Red Cross shelter. Among the first people he saw in the crowd was his maternal grandmother. So that is nothing but Nani. Maternal is mother's side and grandmother would be Nani. Weak with hunger, she rushed to him. Her hands outstretched, her eyes brimming. So as soon as she saw him, typical of grandmother, she started crying. And then she was happy to see that somebody was at least alive. It was a miracle. They had long given up him for dead. They also were thinking the same, that he was dead. Quickly word spread and his extended family gathered around him and hugged him tight in relief. Prashant anxiously scanned the motley, battered group. Now, motley is a combination of different elements. Different elements, why over here? Because a variety of people were there from the village over there, not only belonging to one family, the whole community was there over there. That's why this motley word has been used. Battered means injured by at least by blows or by pushing vigorously. That's the meaning of battered. His brother and sister, his uncles and aunts, they all seemed to be there. So he was fearing of the unknown, but surprisingly they had survived the storm, though all the belongings in the house had been shattered. So let's see now in the next lecture what happens in the event. Thank you.